Hey everybody, welcome back to Everyman Prepping. And last night, yes, we were close to a catastrophe. We had a lot of things going on that, put us on the very doorstep, on the brink of another catastrophe. We had North and South Korea exchanging artillery fire. We had bombers falling out of the sky. We had Ukraine doing more drone strikes, all kinds of things. We're going to go through all those rapid fire quickly so you get on with your day. Also, stay to the very end. We have a story from Miami on New Year's Eve. That's kind of out there for those in the woo-woo area. Those of you that want some high-octane speculation or conspiracy, you got to stay to that because it's getting a little traction, a little play. Got to do your own research. It's a very large rabbit hole to go in if you want to try to that, but I'll put it out there. You guys make your own decision. But let's get into North Korea and South Korea almost starting another war over there, perhaps even going into nuclear war. As we do that, please like, share, comment on the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so at this time. So you see we have a map here, and this is, North Korea and South Korea divided here. You got Pyongyang, we got Seoul here, the capitals. The red line is the DMZ, goes off into the green, the northern limit. The yellow one here is the North Korean military demarcation line, saying that they can do what they want above that, I believe, is what the military demarcation line says for them. But anyway, North Korea last night was shelling this area right here, and it's near the island of Yeonpyeong-do. That's how I'm going to pronounce it at least. But they shot 200 artillery shells at this island. Didn't hit the island. I don't think they were trying to. It hit the oceans around it, but it was 200 artillery shells. This is what the island looks like. It's basically just a rock sticking out there in the ocean. There is like a school, and there's like 2,000 people. It was evacuated along with this island of up here. This one's called, I don't even want to try out, Bakryong-do. Butchering that, but you can see it yourself. This one up here, another island they evacuated because North Korea said, if you retaliate against our live fire exercise, well, we're going to bomb, we're going to artillery this one. So they, threats of escalation going higher and higher. South Korea said, well, look, you did this, we're going to fire back. And that's exactly what they did. And that's why I said, as they ratchet up, catastrophe could happen. One adjustment left or right too much, in their artillery, starts hitting islands, start hitting the North mainland, people start dying. Yeah, we're in the world of hurt after that. But you can see a lot of little islands South Korea claims out here in the Yellow Sea. And, North Korea was doing their stuff. South Korea did this in response. Like I said, there's the island again. If you want a satellite view, you can kind of see a little better how it lays out. This is the island that was evacuated because they were firing 200 artillery shells around it. Once again, the DMZ line is the gray line here, and this is a blow-up of the island. Very small. All the inhabitants are on this side here, I believe. We saw one building on that side. But anyway, what was the response from South Korea? Well, here you see here. South Korea fired 400 shells into the waters below the northern limit line. Remember, the northern limit line was this yellow line here, I believe. No, the green line. I'm sorry, the green line. So they didn't fire above it. They fired below it because, maybe they were trying to, keep this thing from escalating further. But they did fire, let's go back to it, 400 shells. North Korea did 200, so they did 400. I was waiting to see if this is going to escalate into North Korea firing on another island. Luckily, they didn't. Everybody kept their composure. Didn't know if I was going to wake up this morning and not have electricity, find that South Korea was smoldering. I didn't know, but everybody seemed to contain themselves, but I wouldn't hold that as to go on much further. I mean, these instances keep happening. Who knows what's going to happen? And, this happened, this North Korean shooting at this island happened just a day or two after the reports came out. Yesterday, I think. The news goes so fast, hard to keep track. I might have to do 2 or 3 videos a day coming up here soon based on all the information. But, the Pentagon came out and said, Russia is using North Korean missiles, ICBM missiles, and they fired them at Ukraine. It was a huge story, and they can't believe it. And they're going to go to the UN, and they're going to say, look what North Korea did. Kind of glossing over the fact that all of NATO is supplying missiles and money and arms to Ukraine, and that's okay. But if North Korea supplies missiles to Russia and fire them, that's bad. Anyway, this happened right after that. I don't know if it's coincidence or not. Probably not, because as I've said many times, no such thing as coincidence. But going back to that, the Russians using North Korean missiles, I put this theory out on Twitter or X now. And if you want to follow me there, I put a lot of update information that doesn't come out in the videos because I can respond to it really quick. My Twitter or X handle is just Everyman Prepper. It's not Everyman prepping because it's too big. So Everyman prepper. I'll put a little card like here so you can see it, down below here so you can see it. But anyway, what I put out is I think North Korea was having Russia test their missiles against the U.S. air defense systems. You know, I probably gave it to them, say, hey, launch these in Ukraine. Let's see how the NATO and the U.S. air defense picks up on them. See if we need to tweak anything. Because soon we might shoot them into, I don't know, South Korea, into mainland United States. You know, who knows? So, you know, I think it was a great, you know, they're basically using Ukraine as a testing ground for North Korean missiles. That's what I think would happen. Like I said, U.S. is, you know, losing their poop over it, although they're doing the same. So that's that story going on from there. And then, you know, this came out this morning that the situation between, oh, you're not looking at it. Here we go. The situation between North and South Korea continues to escalate. Yeah, no kidding. After an artillery strike from South Korea in the direction of North Korea in both countries, quote, preparations for have reached the finish line, said South Korean TV. I don't think we're at that finish line yet, but as you can see, people over there, they're basically thinking it's going to happen. Let's move away from there because, you know, I'll keep you updated on that. Let's go into the Middle East. We have Syed Nasrallah, leader of Hezbollah. He said this came out just saying he declared that the Lebanese front should lead to the liberation of all occupied Lebanese land after the end of the war on Gaza. So that's the Golan Heights in Syria and some land within Lebanon. He's saying the liberation, all that. He also came out in his speech saying that Hezbollah needs to strike back after the attacks in Beirut on the Iranian general that was killed and everything else Israel is doing. He said they need to strike back, otherwise it'll keep happening. So if we look for that to pick up and escalate, in fact, in Iran, we have this. This is the, I have it written down here, this is the red flag of revenge that is flying. It's flying on the Jamkara Mosque. And they fly that, you know, the last time that flew was when Soleimani was killed. And of course, you know, Iran just had a terrorist incident near the shrine for Soleimani in Iran. They're claiming, I think about 100 people died, many more injured. It was on the anniversary of it. This is why they flew the flag, because Iran wants revenge. Now, ISIS is claiming responsibility. I don't believe that. Maybe ISIS was paid off by certain countries to do this. Who knows? I don't think Iran believes ISIS did it either, but where it is, Iran's calling for revenge, so look for something to happen with that. Moving on from then, we have Yemen. Let's back this up so we can see here. So, it says here, Yemen is up in its game. 2 million people show up for a pro-Palestinian march. Over 2 million people united in the Al Sabin Square. And they said that they're marching basically to free Palestine. And as we play this here, you'll see that there, you know, are millions of people in Yemen ready to go to war for Palestine. They're still taking out ships. They're still, you know, harassing the Red Sea. That U.S. coalition has done absolutely nothing. Will they attack one of these days? Who knows? But right now, Yemen's holding all the cards. They're disrupting world trade, and they're ready to fight. And as you can see from the video, they have the will of the people on their side. So that is going to lead to more catastrophe in that area. Moving on from there, let's go over to here. So this is in Ukraine. This says new footage of a missile attack on Ukrainian armed forces facilities in Kiev on March 2nd of this year has appeared online. Why is this important? Well, this stuff never appears online. You know, we have the Ukrainian media government will put out when Russia hits civilian infrastructure. But other than that, they say they shoot down everything. Every drone was shot down. Every missile was always shot down. Anything going over Kiev that was going to a military installation, always shut down, no damage. And there's huge penalties to the Ukrainian people if they film this kind of stuff and, you know, put it out on the internet, because they don't want seen that, you know, that they can't handle all the things coming from Russia. Now, the word is online that the people that took these videos are facing like up to 7 years in prison for doing this. I don't know, but let's play the video so you can get a look at it here that, you know, there are lots of missiles that get through. So when you hear from either side that every missile was shot down, everything was taken care of, there's no problems whatsoever, I never believe that. I never have, and neither should you, because as you can see from this, there are plenty of missiles getting through into Ukraine. This is into Kiev. And here's another one. Let's look at this one. As you can see from this one, the explosion is pretty big here in a minute. There, right there, look at that. Plenty of missiles getting through. Ukraine doesn't want people to see this. They don't want to see that you know, Russia is hitting military installations and that their air defense can't handle it all. And it is, you know, very much under attack. And that goes for both sides as we get to this slide here or picture here. So there's another large drone attack into Crimea last night from Ukraine. It says that 36 UAVs were destroyed. 25 through electronic warfare, 5 whatever. They said they got them all. Once again, Russia says they took them all down. I don't believe that either. The word is from this group, Rybar, which is a very pro-Russian group, that they think this was a probing operation. They wanted to identify where the air defense installations were in Kiev and take it out with some HIMARS or some UK provided missiles here, those Dragon missiles from Germany, whatever it may be. They think they're going to attack those next. It might be going on right now as I'm doing this video because it's nighttime over there. But we shall see. But once again, I don't believe that they shoot everything down, and I don't believe Ukraine shoots everything down. But they're not nonstop over here. They're going, full bore, attacking everything. And, the U.S. basically told Ukraine, shoot whatever you want, attack wherever you want in Russia, don't matter. Go after this Kerch Bridge as much as you can. They really want to take it down. They're going after Belgorod again. So they're trying to get more and more attacks as we go here just to, I think, get NATO more involved. That's what I think is going on. Now, Sheriff Ezra put this up. Supposedly, he said this is a warehouse in Jersey that was holding undelivered weapons. Ukraine that was on fire. Trying to look for a second source of this. Don't know if it's legit or not. Obviously, there's a fire at a warehouse. Don't know if it had weapons for Ukraine. But if it did, sabotage on the homeland here even. So, could happen. Wouldn't put it past it. Moving on into Estonia here. A couple months ago, we had a pipeline, gas pipeline that was taken out. Well, what we have now is another attack on the power line, electrical line going between Finland and Estonia. And it was this S-Link. And it was disrupted, whether it was cut or damaged with an anchor, whatever. But that power line has been cut or damaged. It's not carrying power right now. So more sabotage in that part of the world as well. As you can see, this is definitely not slowing down whatsoever. And coming back to the homeland now, like I said, we had bombers falling out of the sky. Nuclear bombers. This is a B-1 bomber out in South Dakota. It crashed, and the 4 people ejected. They said they were okay. Now, so if they ejected, the problem happened while they were flying. Obviously, it wasn't crash landing. It was up in the air when it happened. It did. The debris or the plane ended up in the base. I'll show you a picture of that in a minute. But they're claiming weather, fog, or something caused it. I don't know how that causes a plane to crash in this, to fall out of the sky and people have to eject. I don't believe that story either. I don't know. Your mind starts going into, well, it was hacked, or it's just poor maintenance, or it was sabotage, or it's old, old planes that the military has been so depleted, they've gone so woke, they've lost most of their good men. Maybe there's no one left to work on these that actually knows what they're doing. So poor maintenance. I don't know. It just seems to be. Last night was a very active night for a lot of stuff to happen. This is where it was here in South Dakota, Ellsworth Air Base. This is where it crashed. We have a picture of it in the fireball that happened last night, probably from a security cam. You can see the fencing. This is the base side on this side over here. And this morning, this came out. This is on the Air Force Base. You can see the pile. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. Let me see if we can get in here a little bit. And then let me see if I can go over. Basically, it's this pile. That plane is not recoverable. There's nothing left. It's just the shell. So, that's one B-1 bomber that is gone forever. And I don't know if the way it looks like it plopped straight down. I don't know if we'll get any more information out of it, but down it went. And then to end this all up, we're going to talk about this. This is the Miami story that is going around that, like I said, is deep into woo-woo, deep into conspiracy, but getting a lot more play out there. So this is in Miami. Look at that police response. You see a huge police response. They're saying it's because it was teenagers or fights at the mall, fireworks, whatever. But people are focusing on this thing right here as it plays over and over here. You'll see it. They're saying this could be an alien or some other figure out there because, what is that walking around? And, usually you just blow this off, don't pay attention to it, but a lot of people are talking about this. So do your own search, go down that rabbit hole. And then, it says, Miami's Bayside Marketplace video shows something weird, a glowing figure walking through smoke during a wild scene. So if you just research Miami Bayside Marketplace on New Year's Eve, on New Year's Day, all that, you'll get this. You can write in the comments below what you think. Is this just video tricks? You know, this guy says alien spotted in Miami. I don't know, but like I said, people really get into the rabbit hole on this, so I'll leave you with that as we finish up this report I have. Write in the comments below anything you have concerning all the stories I told you about. Heard a lot of great stuff over the last few videos about what people are doing for new skills this year. That was great to learn. Learned a lot of good stuff. Got some new ideas myself. So until next time, keep your ear to the ground and head on a swivel.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.